Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great, finally, freaking Friday. It is back to life and back to reality. We are back in Miami, docked, about to get off the ship in about 2 hours from now, and making our way back home, back to work on the red brick house and some other things. And I have some work to try and help one of our own too out there. And I'll have more details on that after I get back and get things set up. You know, here at Joe Blue Sports Report, we like to look out for people and things. And so many people are like family. Most of you guys are like family. And actually, I'll say almost all of you are like family because, you know, not everybody in your family do you get along with. So even you trolls out there, I'm going to call you family as well. You know, it's like when you go to that cookout or that family event and you tell the kids, you stay away from him. That's you trolls. So anyway, as we get here, the Cowboys. Shout out to my man Greg, who ended up actually giving a really good, detailed observation on what our offense is going to be. And the idea with Mike McCarthy is to be able to score from anywhere on the field, but also to be able to control the clock, to basically not leave enough time on the clock for other teams to catch up and not making mistakes. And with the personnel that we have, it sounds like that fits. Now, like Rich Eisen, I don't get it on the Dalvin Cook situation. Dalvin Cook is only an $11 million hit. And actually, I don't get it with all of the lack of running back. It's like they're poison ivy or something. You know, just stay away from them. You have running backs that this may be the first time that the franchise tag goes down for running backs. It's literally been that bad. Zeke Elliott, of course, you know, we were paying the monster $16 million contract to him. But you look at this, and I guess the numbers will tell you don't do those, running back deals. Nobody gets past 2 years. Todd Gurley got his extension. He didn't even get into the extension before he ended up being cut and basically on his way out the league. You look at Zeke Elliott. From the time we got that signed after the Cabo, you could see his return on the investment. And you just see how it's not working out paying big money to running backs. So I guess from the standpoint of that, that's where the Vikings are saying, let's go ahead and let's cut our losses before our losses cut at us. But Dalvin Cook has been incredible. 4 straight 1,000-yard plus seasons. He's been pretty durable. Yes, he is 27. He does have some miles on him, but he still has tread on the tires. But this whole thing of running backs, you think about this for a second. Tony Pollard, don't get me wrong, I love Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is on the franchise tag for $10.5 million. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings is only $500,000 more. Honestly, which one would you rather have this season? Tony Pollard or Dalvin Cook? Tony Pollard is dynamic as long as he's healthy. The thing you have to worry about with Tony Pollard is he's only got so many carries a game in his body. Dalvin Cook, that's a workhorse. But who knows? And I doubt that the Cowboys go in on Dalvin Cook. Interesting thing, though, about the Cowboys is after letting Zeke go and saving that $10 million, the Cowboys are sitting seventh with $20 million in cap room. $20 million, the Cowboys, and have a team that's actually loaded. Now, people always trash Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and things. You have to at least look at the team and say, whether they win or lose, they have amassed a lot of talent. That they have, in fact, rebuilt the roster. There are very few players that are left over from the Jason Garrett era. And they still have money to spend. So, I guess as Jerry said, drafting is not our problem. Well, we need to find out what the other problem is and get it solved. But before I go over here and shovel some more food in my face for the last time, I want to get Rich Eisen, because Rich Eisen is like me. He's just like, what the heck is going on with running backs?
Let's go with the Dalvin Cook news. A 27-year-old running back in his prime, 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 52 touchdowns, is getting released because the Vikings don't want to pay him $11 million for a running back, and I just don't understand it. And I don't have the books in front of me. Tom Pelissero told us in the last hour that the Vikings need to pay Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. At some point, they're going to, it appears move on from Kirk Cousins, but I'd imagine it would be a young quarterback. I don't have, I'm not a capologist. I don't play one on TV. I don't have the Vikings books in front of me. But for the life of me, I just do not understand why a running back is devalued to the point where, yeah, we're cutting costs with you. And I'm sure Alexander Madison can run. We've seen him run. Everybody's picked him up in your fantasy league, or he's been a waiver wire darling every single time Dalvin Cook goes out with a shoulder injury that Tom Pelissero said has apparently been finally fixed by surgery. So Cook is healthier than ever, and now he's going to be running with a chip on his shoulder. And I just don't get it. I don't understand why this is the hill on which general managers and NFL front offices and capologists will potentially die on. Because I'm sure Madison can, have a season, but can he run for 1,000 yards? Sure, I'm sure. Maybe 52 touchdowns over 4 seasons? Pro Bowl? Consistency? I guess we're going to find out. So my thought is 2 things. One, I don't get the devaluation of the running back position. Christian McCaffrey was on this program recently, and I asked him. It was great, because I think he's the same age as Cook. Right?
Yeah,
27.
actually, McCaffrey just had a birthday this week.
Right, 27. And Zeke is 27. Now, McCaffrey's been pizzade, and there's no question he's going to be playing for the 49ers this year and for a few years to come, as long as he remains healthy. And he's never been asked this question about why is the running back position devalued, and what does he say to people who think that way in the NFL and the NFL media. This was his answer.
Somewhere along the line, the running back position has been undervalued, in my opinion, for what they're asked to do. And I think there's a lot of guys that are afraid to speak up about that, for multiple reasons. But, I don't know when the value of a yard got diminished. And, I'm for everybody getting paid. I love when guys, earn money and are able to feed their families and have, life-changing, generational-changing money. It's such a special thing, because we all work really hard. And it's fun, man. It's a blessing. It really is. And so when I look at what, receivers make and slot receivers make around the league, and then you look at what running backs make, we're at the bottom of the list. And you got backs who have had 2,000-yard seasons. You've had backs who've had 750 to 800 yards receiving. And, a lot of people use the injury argument, but I don't know if that's necessarily valid when you look at some of the receivers who have been hurt who still get big contracts. And so I understand we touch the ball the most, but in my opinion, I think we create a lot of value in doing so as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is going to be the latest example of seeing it. Alexander Madison, you're up. You're up. And we'll see where Dalvin goes next, but that's my first thought is I don't understand the devaluation of the running back position. The Vikings, in my mind, are not a better team the minute they release Dalvin Cook. And in the NFC North, guess who's up? Guess who's on the clock? Hey, Detroit Lions, this is it. Rodgers is gone. The Vikings are having one of those we're not retooling. We're a competitive retooler. The Bears are who we think they are, which is a team that is on the rise, but not yet ready to just break out and win the division. You know who is? The Detroit Lions, and I'm not stuttering.
The Lions.
And you know who thinks that?
Well,
the scheduler makers who put the Lions in Kansas City.
back to let's finish this off. Mama's got to get her hair done so we can get breakfast and get going. That's it. The question is, do the Dallas Cowboys need Dalvin Cook? I don't know what the contract would look like if he was released, if they were able to sign him. But having a guy like him, a possession back, wouldn't be bad. We'll see what happens. All right, good people. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.